So this is Magnus. Just going to do a game against Magnus 12. But I played a Blitz tournament yesterday, and after that I'm not feeling so brave. So let's go with 11. And yeah. That was wrong. So here it is. So we have a new feature. You can now choose the pieces and the board that you want to use. Different sets, different boards, different colors. So it's more of a choice than there was before. So let's see. I think I might go with something really funky today. I'll go with this. Hope that's not too much of an eyesore for all you guys watching. So Magnus plays one knight f3, c4. I guess I played a lot of different openings even back then. I'll just play something solid today. I really don't know what Magnus 11 knows about the Queen's Gambit. Let's try and find out. Queen c2? That was a surprise. Yeah, we try and capture a6, c5. Yeah, I think I should be doing fine here in general, but we'll see what happens. Knight h7. Wow. To make this slightly awkward move. But I think that black should be doing alright. Oops, there I almost blundered pretty badly. I think my position should be nice, though. But we'll see what happens. So now I was threatening to trap his bishop, which is why he decided to chop it off. But it seems that I have a pretty nice advantage with oops, I think he may have blundered right there. Now I have a piece for a couple of pawns. Those pawns might be strong eventually, but there's no way that he has enough compensation.
Magnus, we have a question from Unrated Yash asking, I'm 13 years old and rated 1305. Can I go further? What do you think?
Well, first of all, having the same rating as your age is not too bad. So if you'll get to 2000 by the time you're 20, then you should be happy. No, seriously speaking, I think as long as you have an interest, as long as it's fun, you can go far. Let me just concentrate for a minute, just not to get mated here. So now I'll chop off the queens and yeah, I think if you want to be world champion, it's maybe a bit late. not because you cannot get to that strength, but because I don't intend to give up my crown anytime soon. But let me see. No, I'll try and no, I won't. What am I thinking? I'm so much material up. Okay. It's so hard to think and talk at the same time. I really wouldn't recommend that.
So with that in mind, let's ask you another question. Djan86 asks, what is the most important thing to improve for a 2150 ELO player to get to 2300 to 2400? Tactics or strategy?
Right now, one of the things that separates the best players from the second best is the ability to see little combinations, and that's one I'm going to do right now. A little combination to force a new queen, and then the game is completely over. But I think the difference between 2150 and 2300 isn't really that big, so with just steady dose of playing, solving tactics, and just in general analyzing your games, then you should be able to get there, I think. At least that was the case for me. Just it will take some time, but I think if you've gotten to 2150, you can get to 2300. So the game was over. The game is over already. That was pretty quick, I'll have to say.
You want to go again?
Yeah, let's try another one. Since this was so quick. Not online. Phew, that was a close race, but you pulled it off in the end. It wasn't very close. This must be a bug in the app. Because this fortunately, wasn't very close.
What age are you going to take on this time?
Yeah, let's try 12.
Before you get in there, what techniques did you use to train yourself to visualize 10 to 20 moves ahead besides solving tactics?
I don't know. I started out pretty early reading chess books, going through chess games in my head, and then when you do that, it's very good training for visualizing the board, because you have to be able to see from one diagram to the other. I'm sure -12 didn't know this stuff. I mean, this is absolute nonsense. There's just no way at all. But I don't know this stuff either. That's the minus. Gotta say, -24. He does not know his exchange Grunfeld. I don't know what to do here. I'm heavily regretting my choice of opening. And I'm also very suspicious about Magnus. 12, I don't think he's supposed to know this stuff.
Weren't you a grandmaster by 13? You should have known this, no?
What do you know?
Touche. So, speaking of not being okay with your opening, what's the best way to study the opening? And do you recommend studying previous games by masters or just another way? That's from Rethindu 1997.
I'm getting mated already. I hate this game. Just getting absolutely massacred. Why did I... So what was the question again?
Let's go back to the question about the opening. What's the best way to study the opening? Study previous games or another way?
Well, studying previous games, typical games, analyzing with the computer. I mean, these are the general ideas, I guess.
If you could play any chess player in history, who would it be? That's from the real J. Edelman.
Oh, shit. I'm getting absolutely massacred. Just...
You can always use a hint.
I mean, I cannot even take that. Does this work? Yeah, it works. He's mating me. So if I take fe, bishop c3, queen c2, knight e5 to knight f3, and that's mate. Okay. Knight b6 back. I regard that as my first minor success in the game.
So let's come back to the question. If you could play any chess player in history...
Yes, probably Capablanca or Fischer. Time for a self-check. I wholeheartedly agree with that. So the game goes on, but it feels like I'm fighting a lost cause here.
If you weren't a professional chess player, what career do you think you'd have?
I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to find out. Okay, didn't he blunder now? Okay, so if I go bishop c3, he has rook b5. This damned tactical monster.
To our Cowan's asking about the first chess book. If you go into Magnus Age 5 in the app and you go and read the story under it, it'll tell you the first chess book. Or it might be Age 6.
Trying desperately to trick him. e4? Does this work? e4, just king h8, huh? It's really hard to find tricks when the position is lost. I blundered a pawn as well. Now finally I get e4. Okay. And rook d2. Shit.
Udam, you're asking about the skin. If you go into the game options in the top right-hand side, you'll go into choose boards and pieces. So you can now select different pieces and different boards, and you can use your brain power to change them up.
Okay, so if I take, he has rook f6. That's clever. Okay. f6 anyway. Bishop d4, queen d5. Chose the wrong square for my king.
Magnus, a question from Spotless Eternal asking, when was the last time your sister or dad beat you at chess?
It's well, I mean, we don't actually play too much chess. I lost. In our family anymore. So it's yeah, seems like you need to work on these chess skills. Let's try again. Nah, I don't want to try again. No, we don't play too much chess anymore. We talk about chess and chess things, but we don't actually play too much chess among each other.
All right. I think there was one other question. How do you feel when you play against a high-rated player when you weren't that high-rated, and what preparations did you do for that?
It feels like playing Magnus 12. I just feel absolutely helpless. No, actually, when I was little and played high-rated players, sometimes I was a little bit timid, and I would overestimate my opponents a bit, and sometimes agree to draws in positions that were better for me. But I think to some extent your appetite grows with the meal. So as you get better, you start to understand that these opponents aren't actually as strong as you thought they were. And so yeah, in general, your opponents are human. They make mistakes, so don't overestimate them too much. But of course, have respect for their skills.
And maybe two more questions. Do you think there are any players who aren't playing at the moment who could challenge you in a comeback?
No.
No.
Maybe at the way I'm playing today, but not at top level.
All right. I think what's your #1 tip for improving chess?
That's the most obvious one. Play on the Play Magnus app.
And with that, we'll say thanks and sign off.